So I made a little over 70 million with ads in the last 9 months. And with Q4 coming up, I'm going to exactly show you how you can scale profitably with ads, step by step. And yes, I'll show you the proof of the title in just a second. Q4 is where you either explode or burn your ad budget. The competition is higher than ever, and if you don't have a clear plan, you're gonna lose money while your competitors cash in. That's why in this video, I'm going to walk you through 7 steps you need to win this Q4. To back it up, here's the proof.
On the screen, you see a Facebook report which sums up all the clients we manage. And as you can see below, we generated 64 million euros in the past 9 months. I will also refresh it so you can see it is the real deal. Our logo is here on top and my profile picture is here on the right as well. Then for Google ads, we generated another 10 million. And for this brand, for example, we scaled from 500K a month to 1 million plus a month. This brand, for example, we started out on 250K a month and scaled to 15.2 million in the last 12 months. Or this brand spending 450K on ads with a 2.5 ROAS, making 300K in net profit in just the last 90 days.
These aren't theories or guru screenshots. These are real results from real brands. And now let me show you the 7 steps you need to win this Q4. Let's go.
So step number 1 will be, of course, planning. You want to be mapping out your calendar for Q4. So what you want to do is you want to look at Q4 and you want to look at the specific events Q4 has to offer. So in October, you, for example, have Halloween. November, of course, you have Black Friday. In December, you of course have Christmas and all that kind of stuff. And you also want to be looking at January 2026. People call it often Q5, and you don't want to miss this period because CPMs are often much lower after the Q4 rush. And you want to look at your ideal audience. So for example, if you have like an activewear brand, this might be a big opportunity for you because a lot of people have New Year resolutions. So this is something you can tap into, base an offer around that, and really make the most out of that period for your active brand. And Q4 could look something like this. So you have your Halloween sale. This often takes like 7 days, maybe a bit longer, maybe a bit shorter. Then you have a flash sale on Singles Day. This especially works great for female fashion brands and it often takes 24 to 48 hours. Then you have your pre-Black Friday sale. Then you have your normal Black Friday sale, which is your biggest peak. Then you have your Christmas sale. And then you want to be transitioning into Q1, into your New Year sale, which often takes until the 2nd or the 3rd week of January. And then it's already time for Valentine's Day. Then step number 2, creatives. I think the most important part in the e-com industry as of today. So what you want to be doing is you want to look at your competitors and you also want to check your past winners and make Q4/Black Friday versions out of that. So in step 1, you made your timeline and now you want to make creatives for those specific events. So if you have a Halloween sale, of course you want to be making creatives for Halloween, etc, etc. So you can use tools such as Atria, Foreplay or Creative OS. I will also list them down in the description so you can check it out yourself. These softwares normally have like a free trial so you can use it. If you like it, of course you can keep it. Otherwise you have some free value there and you can check your competitors' ads. So then you have a lot of different ads and angles you can go for these specific events. So what works really great for us is leveraging AI. So you have a lot of things out there, a lot of videos nowadays out there by e-com brands leveraging AI. My opinion is to keep it really simple because AI has so much to offer, it can be overwhelming. So what works really great for us is make ICPs, make angles out of those ICPs and tailor creatives towards that. So you have creatives that really resonate with your audience. So you can do something like this. You can use deep research and you can analyze data and define your ideal customer profile, that's your ICP. Then you can create angles that trigger and resonates most with your ICP. Then you make designs tailored towards those ICPs and angles. And as a result, you have ads that feel more personal, convert higher and scale faster. So based on research, we found out that a lot of kids feel bored after packaging out their present for maybe their birthday or something like that. So also that's a big setback for the parents. They spend money, they spend time, they bought a present, and now 5 minutes later, they are already bored. So that's basically the headline you're seeing right here. 5 minutes after unpackaging your kid's present, the boredom is back. You don't want this as a parent. Now buy this present, which will never be bored. And we, of course, have the product of the client listed in the creative here. And this works so great, and this is something we now scale. So that's how you can tap into ICPs with AI and deep research. So check out YouTube. There are a lot of prompts you can use for doing deep research for your brand. We have some prompts as well. I will list them down below as well, so you can use it and you can make ICPs, angles and creatives based on that. Then something people are leaving lots and lots of money on the table is making custom DPAs. I made another video on my YouTube page already. I think it's this one here. And I tell you all about those custom DPAs. So check it out if you want to see more. But as you can see, this is your normal DPA. This is your customized DPA. And I think you can guess which one converts better. So you have better CTRs, you have better BOAs. You can take your branding to the next level with your catalog ads or your DPA ads. You can make specific offers for specific segments in your funnel. So for example, if you have a fashion brand and you sell all kinds of products, so you have a lot of SKUs, but you have, for example, an email list of people who buy hoodies, you can make a specific catalog for hoodies. You can make a specific offer into that catalog with this customization tool, and then ads feel way more personal for those people. But of course, you can also use it for your top of the funnel. Just create a layover with the sale, with reviews, with Afterpay like you have here, and then your ads will convert way better. You can use AdFlow for this, or you can use Chattable for this. I will list the links down below in the description as well. Then of course, influencers and creators, also a big opportunity, but please make sure you have contracts into place. And the contracts need to mention that you can use the creators or the influencers made in your ads, because the last thing you want is you have a winner in your ad account and you have to turn them off because you don't have a contract into place that you could use that creative in ads as well. So please make sure you have good terms with your influencers and creators as well. Then step number 3 is your store. Make sure your site feels like Q4, so banners, landing pages and countdowns, but don't make it too overwhelming because people look past that nowadays. So what you want to be doing is you want to keep it simple. So clear discounts, a clear messaging and a strong call to action. Plus what you want to be doing is you want to use upsells for a higher AOV. You're gonna give discounts during this period. So a higher AOV is way better for your margins. So you want to be looking at apps or tools to do this. We use a tool called Hey Senior. It's a cart upsell and you can customize it the way you want. You can make offers in here. As you can see, you have like frequently bought together with. So it's a very nice app. You can customize it as you want. I will also list it down below in the description. And this one you can make really customized countdowns, but also sales labels with this app right here. I will also list that down in the description. But then the most important part is to always fix your basics first. So you want to have a clear product page. So you want to have your shipping information on it, your return information, you want to have reviews. If you sell fashion, of course, you want to have a size guide. Your loading speed needs to be up to date. And also it needs to be mobile friendly because more than 80% of the visitors come via mobile. So you want to make sure that your store is optimized for mobile. Then step 4, offers. You want to decide if you go for a percentage discount or a pricing discount. This often works the best, it's the most simple and it resonates with the most amount of people. Then of course you want to be calculating your break-even ROAS to protect your margins, because otherwise you're gonna end up in this situation right here and you don't really want that. So of course you can also go for other options like a BOGO offer, so buy one get one free. But in my opinion, and the things we have seen in past Q4 and also during this year, is that a percentage discount or a pricing discount works best. And that's not the only part, because you want to be framing that percentage or pricing discount in a specific way. So first off, you want to be making your promotions visible. Don't ever do a card discount or a code discount, because people can't see the discount right away. And you want to let them see the discount immediately. So once again, simplicity scales and complexity fails. So why do you want to be doing that? So people can see that they have a clear advantage. So customers immediately see the old price versus the new price, which visibly shows the savings and stimulates impulse purchase through the sense of reward. So it's also here, you want to have the before price and the after price. You want to be mentioning the discount, but also the savings in pricing. So if you're gonna do a 20% discount, like you do here, you also want to list the amount of money they save, because people are really stupid and they cannot calculate how much money they will save. So if they see 20%, it might not sound that much, but if they see minus 125 euros, then all of a sudden it seems a lot. So you want to be thinking that the customer is really stupid, and most of the time they are. So please make sure to do that. It's also a loss aversion. People want to avoid loss. So showing the savings, giving the feeling that they are winning something, leading to faster decisions. And also it's less effort. A clear price difference is easy to understand, while a discount code without price calculations requires extra mental offers, which can slow customers down. That's exactly what I just told you with people being stupid. And then of course what you want to be doing again is calculate your profit margin, and also after that you can calculate how much profit you make with ads. Then we want to be moving over to step number 5, and that's your supply chain. So you want to forecast demand properly to avoid stockouts. And if you have a problem with your stock, you don't ever want to stop your ads. So you might want to look at a pre-order setup. So you can keep selling to your customers, you can keep your customers happy, and of course you can keep your cash flowing. And you could use something like this. This works amazingly well. I've also made a video on my YouTube page about this, but I will quickly explain it. So this will replace your add to cart button. So you can see that the 1st of November, for example, it's now, let's say, I don't know, the 15th of November. Then this date is already passed. So you can see it's sold out. Then this is the only button, and the next delivery date is on the 1st of December. So if it's now the 15th of November, then in 15 days your package will arrive. You can see it's 93% sold out. And then you have one in the future, which is not sold, and this is also not something you can click on. So everything will be channeled towards this button, and you really give the feel of urgency and scarcity to the client, and this is something that works amazingly well for our clients. We have implemented this in many stores. So please code this into your Shopify backend, into your Shopify store. It's really easy to code. Otherwise, ask ChatGPT to code it for you, and make sure you implement this. Also make sure you have your backend up and running. Make sure you have email flows to keep your customers up to date about the pre-orders, because you don't want to have that headache. And also you want to have a great customer support team to make sure that all the questions you get regarding the pre-orders, they can answer for you. Then step number 6 will be strategy. So scaling with ads. So what you don't want to be doing is you don't want to pause your ads after Black Friday if Christmas is around the corner. So for example, if you have a pre-Black Friday sale, which we have already decided here. So we have pre-Black Friday, this is already very profitable. For example, you have a 5 ROAS, and now you move into normal Black Friday, but this ad is still running on a very solid pace. You don't want to be killing that. So you want to leave it on, even though if that order or that specific discount in the ad is no longer valuable. Of course, you need to check if you have a 50% discount and then again you have a 20% discount. Of course, then you need to kill it, because otherwise it's not the way to go. You might perceive that in a negative way, but hopefully you get the point. Of course, you want to be expecting dips after Black Friday, so plan your budgets accordingly. You want to be scaling, and especially you want to be search scaling, and you also want to allocate 80 to 90% of the budget to your top of the funnel for maximum scale. Even more of that, maybe 95% of that is going towards the top of the funnel, because there you can scale. And the biggest platforms, of course, are Google, TikTok and Facebook. And you want to have the basics in place. These are the basics. I'm not going to go in depth into that, but we scale based on principles. We don't have a fixed framework, because every ad account, every store resonates differently in the ad game nowadays. So then the scaling begins. This is the very fun part. We have a lot of tactics. You can use something like this, and of course you can use serve scaling as well, but you want to have a clear structure for scaling up. So for example, you want to be implementing something like this. You want to have clear budgets. You want to know when you can scale up, when you need to scale down. And that also comes down to your margins, which you already have calculated right here, which you turn into a break-even ROAS or a target ROAS, so to say. Then serve scaling, for the people who don't know what serve scaling is, you double your budgets every few hours. So this lets you ride momentum of the algorithm and can push it to 5, 10, 20, 50K in ad spend per day. But what you want to be looking out for is that at the end of the day, you scale down again. So you're protecting your delivery for the next day. So you repeat that whole process. And it could look something like this. So for this client, we had a normal day, and then in a weekend we decided to serve scale. And as you can see, normally it was around like 5K a day. And then suddenly we scaled to 18K a day, which makes a big difference for this client. And then of course, you also want to be looking at your middle and bottom of funnel. You want to be making a plan for that as well. But again, 90% of the focus stays on the top of the funnel. This is where true scale is created. And then point number 7, the last point, is your team and strategy. Set clear KPIs so your agency or your in-house team knows exactly where to aim for. This counts for your customer support, how fast need tickets to be taken care of. This also counts for your ads. What I just said, you want to have a framework. If this happens, then do this, etc., etc. Then you want to be keeping your communication tight as well. So everyone must be aligned for Q4. We example, inside the agency and inside the branch we manage, have an inbox zero policy. So we keep Slack and email clear and respond quickly to avoid delays. So we check it like 4 times a day. So that's around the 2 hours. And with Black Friday weekend, we monitor everything almost 24/7. Then, of course, you want to be confirming and approving changes immediately when needed regarding budgets. And then, of course, you want to be on top of everything. So that's basically the 7 points you need to take into account when you want to have a successful Q4. Also, some things you don't want to do, so you want to avoid, is starting preparations too late. So now is the time. You might be late already when you watch this video. So what you want to be doing is you want to focus on your top of the funnel. This is where scale is created. Don't kill ads that are profitable even though your Halloween sale is already ended and you still have the discount on the store. That's very important, but you have already transitioned into Black Friday, for example. Then also don't overcomplicate your office. Keep it simple, keep it clear. People want speed. You want to be selling as fast as possible to an as biggest audience as possible. So those are the steps you need in order to make a successful Q4. If you want to have more information about what we do and maybe if we can help you scale as well, it might be too late to actually help you during this Q4, but you can always check if there's availability in our calendar. We can of course take a look at your ad strategy. So if you want to have more information, if you want us to have a look at your ad account, check the link below. We always do a free audit before we talk about any collaboration. So we are a very open and transparent company. You can find a lot more information on our socials, on our website and all that kind of stuff. But if you are down to scaling your store in the best and most profitable way this Q4, click the link below, book a call with one of our colleagues, and I hope to see you there.